up to the deli or sits down in the restaurant or wherever they happen to be coming in here. That's that's the person that's going to spend money with us, and they have to be happy when they spend money because we want them to feel good about it and come back.
Yeah.
That's our lifeblood. That's what pays our bills.
Yeah, I understand. Like me being uh, an army cook for 20 plus years, I know that this season, the Thanksgiving and Christmas season, is our busiest time of the year. And for us, everybody else gets to go on the block leave, but soldiers, there still be soldiers here, and we don't get those opportunities. So we work through the holidays, and then after the holidays is when we get our vacation. So, so I understand.
I'm
it
taking
completely.
2 weeks of the first week of February. I'm taking 2 weeks, 10 days, 11 days, whatever it is.
Yeah, I understand it completely.
And I've done that for years and years and years.
Yeah.
And I'm talking to the one lady in accounting. She's going back with her family in New York, and another lady, the contracting lady, she's going to Spain for 2 weeks tomorrow, and one after the other after the other. But I mean, my Christmas is, it could be, May 13th, and my New Year's is, a different day. And frankly, if I did have those days off, and I probably wouldn't go out, because it's just, I know exactly what's happening on those days, and how crowded places are, and how, the places are struggling to keep up with the business. And, you might not get the best of those days. So, frankly, I'd just as soon be home cooking a steak or whatever on New Year's Eve or Christmas Day or whatever it is. I definitely wouldn't be sitting in a restaurant.
Okay.
But I have to take care of the people that do want to do that. And there's a lot, more than ever. More than ever. Thanksgiving, crazy. I mean, unbelievable. I did over 1,000 people upstairs. I did turkey dinners to go, like a whole turkey, stuffing, mashed potatoes, gravy, vegetables, cranberry sauce, pie, dinner rolls, right? I mean, we make it all. And Thanksgiving Day was 317 of those, and each one fed 10 people. So that's basically, if you're talking about 3,200 people we fed to go, plus 1,000 upstairs.
Wow.
Employee cafeteria is free that day. Plus, I do the Hartel House, which was like 400 people. So, and when do you buy turkeys?
I know
In March.
Yeah, we had to put in our order early.
March.
Yeah.
I got to buy them in March. So, and if you miss it, then you can't get more turkeys now. It's too late, because those farmers are growing them starting in March. That's why you got to order then. You can get them, but the price is a lot higher.
I think we projected starting about March, April. Wow, so you gotta have your plan like set like pretty much the year before, leading up to it.
Yeah, I mean, in the summertime, when it's slow and it's quiet, that's a lot of planning's going on then. But the big stuff, the big blocks that gotta go in the puzzle first, that has to be done. Like you said, January, February, March. It's all gonna be set in place right away.
Okay.
So you're always thinking about it.
Yeah.
You're always thinking about Christmas. You're always thinking about the holidays. You're always thinking about Oktoberfest. I got to order sausage and beer and mugs. I have to order in March too for Oktoberfest, which we do in September.
Wow.
So.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, our food wise, we have a prime vendor similar. If you're doing the food service here, it's USA Foods.
Yeah, we have USFI.
USFI. I have a different vendor, but it's a similar situation. But from the time we order till the time we receive it, it's about 6 weeks.
Oh. And that's on a regular
ocean
deliveries?
freight, yeah.
Wow, because we do. They have a warehouse here.
Yeah, they have a warehouse here, so it's a little different.
Yeah.
So they're responsible for keeping the stuff in stock.
Yeah, so we do 2, 2, 3. They deliver Monday, Wednesday, Friday.
Oh, nice.
So, yeah, that's.
So we're out ahead, and like the beef, we it's chill beef. So all of our steak and everything, it's coming. It's not frozen. So we have to keep just the right amount on hand, and we get Angus beef it's called, instead of first in first out, we get last in first out from the butcher shop, from the meat processor. So when it hits the ocean, it's probably about 3 weeks coming across the water and getting up to us. But once they pack it, we've got about 6 to 8 weeks You know, and if it's getting too long, then we got to throw it in the freezer. We can't keep it chilled. So, but we don't like doing that. We do that as rarely as possible because it changes it.
Yeah.
You know, you freeze something, then when you defrost it, what comes out? All the water. You know, the water also known as juicy steak. You know, you lose all that water while you're done.
Wow. I really didn't know that you guys. I thought you guys had like the same vendor or a similar type vendor to us, to where it was delivered weekly.
Yeah, warehouse. Well, we do get delivered weekly, but
It's well, I mean,
it's a container. It's
from the order to the delivery
Yeah.
being like, I think it's a 7-day gap.
Yeah, we're ordering for Valentine's Day now.
Wow, wow, you have to do some real big thinking on that one. Wow. Well, let's see. How many restaurants and bars do you have? Do you service here?
So there's 4 restaurants. There's Hartel House, Green Street, Oasis, and Sables. Green Street, Oasis, Hartel House has its own bar, and we also have a lounge, Bentley's Lounge. So 4 and 4, and then we have the retail deli. We got a small ice cream shop upstairs, and we do a banquet and catering business. That's on the mezzanine level. That's where Sunday brunch is and other stuff. And now we're really super busy doing all of our events, all our Christmas events. We just had a meeting, so this is all of our somewhere in here. So this is today and tomorrow.
Wow.
Yeah. So
8, 9 events in one day. About 11 on the other day. Wow.
yeah, and then we have like tomorrow night we have CJG3, which is Major General Bill's 300 people, and then the next day we have Sakor for their Christmas party, and then Saturday, which I mentioned to you, we've got the Commander's Party.
Okay.
And the Commander's Party is 600 people. We do two 300 people events.
Wow. That's here in
And
this building or in the...
Some of it's at the Hartel House, but a lot of the stuff is here. The larger events are all here.
Okay.
And you can see
Weddings.
early next week it starts to cool down. You know, once you get close to Christmas, then it kind of cools down a little bit. Christmas Day again will be like Thanksgiving Day. We'll do 1,000 people upstairs, 500 across the street, everything else going on. And then we do the big New Year's party here on New Year's Eve, which is about 1,200 people.
Wow. It's definitely a busy season for you. So I'm very thankful that you took the time to sit down with me. Let's see, we talked about that. How many employees are on your staff, like, you know, that assist you, like, directly?
It's a little over 200.
200?
Yeah, a little over. Yeah, like 223, 224. There's about, kitchen people is about 80, and the rest is service people.
Okay.
Admin is myself, and I have one admin assistant, and I've got a couple of people that sell banquets. But other than that, everybody's got to work. There's not a heavy administrative layer.
Okay.
When we first opened, we had assistant food and beverage directors and food and beverage directors, executive chefs, and everybody had their own secretary and their own admin assistant and all this stuff. And as time went by, you know, and it just you find that you can be more efficient just, you know, doing the stuff yourself. Mm-hmm. You know, if I got to tell somebody to do A, B, C, and D, I can just do A, B, and C, and D faster than I can tell them. Okay. So, and that's kind of how it works.
Okay.
The biggest help I need is with the language.
Yeah,
that's kind of my mistake, is not you know thinking I was going to be here 27 years. You know.
Yeah.
A couple of people tried to push me to learn. I got, nah. It was just hard for me to focus on it. So,
yeah, my wife's been beating me up for the last 16 years to learn. I know enough to get by, but not enough to hold a conversation.
Yeah, I mean, I can speak small amounts here and there, and I can say numbers and food items and all that kind of stuff. But as far as actually, like you said, having a conversation, or if I say, you know, how do I get to the Seoul Tower, and the guy explains it to me in Korean, I'm like, He might as well have said it in German because it doesn't matter. I'm not going to understand it, So
Yeah.
my Spanish was pretty good when I got here. I used to speak pretty decent Spanish, and so we've been to Spain a few times, and that's helped out. But my Korean is enough. Yeah, I know enough, but I can understand, I can hear it, understand more than actually
And that's the
anything
way I
else.
am. If I listen, then I pick up on a lot more than if I actually tried to speak.
Yeah.
So I let my wife do all the talking. So, all right. That goes right into I guess one of the questions I had was what are some of the challenges of being a food and beverage director? But like you said, the language barrier is definitely something that.
Well, the job is you have to you're getting people to do what you need them to do and feel good about it. That's the job, and that's tricky. It's tricky business. People feel everybody has a different feeling about what's going on and what they're doing and how they got to this point in their life, and some of them this is there's people that work for me that maybe driving a cab was their last option, and now they got this job and it pays them a little bit more per hour or whatever it was, so they stick with this. And if somebody offered them an Uber job that paid them a little bit more than that, they might go, they might not. There's good benefits for the local staff here as far as the benefits for the job. So there's educational benefits for their kids, and so they stay, and they stay long term. The kitchen actually has several employees that are from the opening team, like myself. So when we do our anniversaries, when we have a group picture, it's about 80% kitchen people and a couple housekeepers and one or two laundry and one or two accounting, and that's about it. So it's the tough part about the job is to just is mentally keeping things going the way you want them to go, and when things aren't turning out the way you want them to turn out is how you handle that, how you approach that. In Korea, if somebody loses face, it's tough to get it back.
Mm.
Even if they misunderstand you, they think you said something in front of other people, and it's not what you said, it doesn't matter. You're gonna lose them. And if you lose them, then how do you get them back? Because if somebody's not engaged with their job and they're just here, punching the clock, it's not good. It's not good. It shows. If you're taking care of guests and you're just like unhappy about it, like I got 4 more hours to go and I'm going home. It's it's not good for the guest or for the staff. So keeping people motivated. I always tell people my number one job is to make each person feel like they're 10 feet tall. If you could do that, the rest of it's easy. I got so many experienced people. They know their jobs inside and out far better than I know it. But it's keeping the energy up and keeping the morale high.
All right. So we know you're a busy guy. And what is a typical schedule of daily activities for you? Like you said, you get off, you try to take that one day off a week. But like when you come in the morning, what time do you come in, and what time do you leave normally?
It's really different every day. It depends on what's going on. My office hours are supposed to be 8 to 5. But, if I leave at 5 o'clock, it's rare. I'm not an early guy, so it's not too often I come early unless there's something early that I have to be here. But it really depends on what's going on with the business. Do I have a big wig eating breakfast here, or do I have an event going on at night? Tomorrow, CJG3, they start at 6:30. They eat, and then they'll eat till about 8. So I have to be around. That's just part of the job. So maybe instead of getting here at 7:45 or 8, maybe I'll get here at 8:30.
Okay.
Come a little bit later. I won't worry about waking up right at my normal time. But Saturday is the 4 stars party. We got big, huge setup, big, all stuff that normally we don't do and people don't see. That's my normal day off. you know, but I gotta be here, and we're gonna set it up, and we're gonna kick some butt. It's gonna be great, and I'm gonna have a good time. You know,
Okay.
I'll bring my camera and I'll shoot some pictures.